So the next steps of examples of word problems, we have the age problems. So if you are solving this type of problem, keep in mind that all people age at the same time. Other than that, also take note of the verbs used or the linking verbs used in a problem to specify what age are we talking about. For example, are we talking about the present age, the age let's say 5 years ago, or the age in the future? Let's say what is the age of that person in 5 years, 10 years, etc. So let's have this example. So number one, okay, Noel is 5 years older than Dennis and 10 years younger than Hilda. So we present the given in a table. So let's say this is Noel. We have Dennis and Hilda. Okay, so Noel is 5 years older than Dennis and 10 years younger than Hilda. So therefore, we are dealing with their present ages, since the linking verb use is is. So in 8 years, their combined ages will be 65. So required in that problem, how old is Noel? So let us express the age of Noel. So since how old is Noel, we are looking for the present age of Noel. So let's have it as x. So on their present ages, how do we express the age of Dennis? If Noel is 5 years older than Dennis, which means obviously Dennis is younger. By how many years? So if the age of Noel is x, Dennis is younger by 5 years, since Noel is 5 years older than Dennis. Alright? So the age of Dennis is the age of Noel minus 5. So on the case of Hilda, so Noel is 10 years younger than Hilda. So it means Hilda is older. So by how many years? So from the age of Noel, that is, since Hilda is 10 years younger, that is plus 10. So these are their current ages expressed in terms of x, or the age of Noel. So now the age of Noel is x, Dennis is 5 years younger than Noel, and Hilda is 10 years older than Noel. Okay? So in 8 years, so we are talking about the future. So this is hence. So this is for 8 years. So again, if you are dealing with age problem, all people age at the same time, which means we are to add 8 years on the age of Noel. Okay, we are to add 8 years on the age of Dennis, and we are to add 8 years on the age of Hilda. So all people age at the same time. So we are adding 8 years on each on each age. So we have the age of Noel is now x plus 8. What will be the age of Dennis in 8 years? That is x minus 5. Okay, so this is x minus 5 plus 8 is equal to x plus 3. And we have x plus 10 plus 8 is now equal to x plus 18. So according to the problem, in 8 years, the sum of their ages will be 65. So what is the age of Noel? What is the age of Noel in 8 years? That is x plus 8. The age of Dennis after 8 years is x plus 3, plus the age of Hilda after 8 years is x plus 18. So we have the sum of 65. So this is the same as 3x, 8 plus 3 plus 18, that is equal to plus 29. So we have 11 plus 9, 18 is 29, is equal to 65. So we have 3x is equal to 65 minus 29 is 30. This is 36. Dividing both sides of the equation by 3. So we have the age of Noel. The age of Noel is now equal to 36 over 3 is 12. So this is our answer. So the present age of Noel is, he is 12 years old. So let us check that their ages after 12 years is 65. What will be the age of Noel? Noel after 8 years, that is 12 plus 8, that is 20. The age of Dennis after 8 years, that is 12 plus 3 is 15. The age of Hilda after 8 years, that is x plus 18, that is 12 plus 18, this is 30. So, okay, so we have where to sum up, that is 5, 2 plus 1 plus 3 is 6. We have, okay, their combined ages will be 65. So let's have example number 2. Right, 2 years ago, a father was 4 times as old as his son. In 3 years, the father will only be 3 times as old as his son. So how old was the father when his son was born? So let's have the given in a table. Right, so we have, let's say this is was. This is 2 years ago. So let's say if the age of the son is x, what will be the age of the father? According to the problem, the father was 4 times as old as his son. So this is 4 times x. We don't have a data at present. So instead, the given is in 3 years, the father will only be 3 times as old as his son. Okay, so this is, let's say, hence. So in 3 years, so what will be the age of the son in 3 years? So take note, we have this first set of given that is 2 years ago, then suddenly we have in 3 years. So how many years is this? We have, so 2 years ago, then in 3 years is basically 5 years. So what will be the age of the son after 5 years? That is the same as x. We have it as x plus 5. According to the problem, in 3 years, the father will only be 3 times as old as his son. If this is the age of his son, the age of the father will be 3 times the age of the son, x plus 5. So let's have the father's age. Let's have the difference of his age in 3 years and his age 2 years ago. Okay, we have that as 3 times the quantity x plus 5 minus 4x. Should be equal to, what will be the difference? His age in 3 years and minus his age 2 years ago, that should be equal to 5 years. Equal to 5. Then we can commit for the value of x. So this is the same as 3x plus 15 minus 4x is equal to 5. So this is the same as 3x minus 4x equal to 5 minus 15. So this is negative x equal to negative 10, or we have the value of x now is equal to 10. This is the age of the son. 2 years ago we have x equal to 10. Father's age will be 4 times 10. This is 40. What is the father's age at present and the son's age at present? So this is 2 years ago. We have to the s plus 2 at present. That is 42 then. Okay, 12. Okay, their ages in 3 years. That is the same as 3 times 10 plus 5 is 15. We have 45. That is 10 plus 5. That is 15. So what is the father's age? How old was the father when his son was born? So father's age So the father's age when his son was born is basically the difference of their ages. You may choose any period. Is it 2 years ago, at present, or in the future? So for example, that is the same as 40 minus 10. That is the same as 30. Alright? Or at present, for example, at present, that is 42 minus 12 is also equal to 30. In the future, that is in 3 years, that is 45 minus 15 is also equal to 30. So therefore, the father's age when his son was born is, he is 30 years old. He was 30 years old at that time. So our answer is, 30. We proceed to our work problem. Alright, to start, let us discuss the rate of doing work. So the rate of doing work, that is 1 divided by your, let's say, your personal time or your time to finish a work. So let's say the rate of doing work is 1 over t. Let's say this small t is your individual time, or the time for you to finish a work. So if you have multiple workers, for example, that is the same as rate number 1 plus rate of worker 1 plus rate of worker 2 up to plus rate of worker sub n should be equal to 1 over the total time if they work at the same time. So this is the same as 1 over t1 plus 1 over time number 2 plus 1 over time number 3 and so on is equal to 1 over the total time. This is the case if they work at the same time. So sometimes you can have it as the summation of the rate of doing work is equal to 1 over the total time, or the rate of doing work times the total time should be equal to 1. So equal to 1 means the work is completed. So let's have this example. So number 1, so A can do a piece of work alone in 30 days. So that is his individual time. So we have, let's say, the rate of A in doing work. He can do a piece of work in 30 days. That is 1 over 30. Then we have worker B. So B in 20 days. The rate of worker B is 1 over 20. Then we have worker C. So C in 60 days. So the rate of C is 1 over 60. And so if they work together, that is the same as they work at the same time. How many days will it take to finish the work? So this is the same as the summation of rate of doing work should be equal to 1 over the total time, or the summation of the rate of doing work times the total time is equal to 1. So which means, alright, how many days would it take them to finish the work? So this is the summation. What is the rate of A? Is 1 over 30 plus the rate of B is 1 over 20 plus 1 over 60 multiplied by the total time equal to 1. So let's simplify this one. Let us use 60. So 60 divided by 30 is 2. 60 divided by 20 is 3. 60 divided by 60 is 1. This is multiplied by the total time equal to 1. So this is the same as 6 over 60 multiplied by t is equal to 1. Or the total time is equal to 60 divided by 6, or basically equal to 10. Or this is 10 days. So it will take 10 days for these 3 workers to finish the work. Alright, so let's have this example. So a pipe can fill a water tank in 5 hours. So let's say this is pipe number 1, and that will be rate number 1. So a pipe can fill a tank in 5 hours. That is, the rate of this pipe is 1 over 5. Then a larger pipe can fill the tank in 4 hours. So let's say that is pipe number 2. The rate of pipe number 2 is 1 over 4. So a drain pipe, so let's say this, our drain pipe is pipe number 3. So a drain pipe can empty the tank in 20 hours. So how long would it take to fill the tank if all pipes are open? So all pipes are open at the same time. So let's say this is rate number 3. As you can see, this pipe 1 and pipe 2 will supply water in this tank, while obviously we have pipe number 3 will drain the water. So we assume this to be negative since it removes the water from the tank. So its rate is 1/20. So according to the problem, how long will it take to fill the tank if all pipes are open? You have to complete a work. You have to fill the tank with water. So that's the same as the summation of the rate equal to 1/the total time, or this is the summation of the rate multiplied by time is equal to 1. Still equal to 1 since you are to complete a work. You have to fill the tank with water. So what is our rates? So we have the rates is, the first pipe is 1/5. The second pipe is 1/4. Then minus, since this is a drain pipe, minus 1/20. This is multiplied by the total time completed the work equal to 1. So we have this is, we have 20. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5 minus 1. This is multiplied by the total time equal to 1. So this is 4 plus 5 minus 1 is equal to 8 divided by 20 multiplied by the total time is equal to 1. Or we have now the total time is 20 divided by 8. What is 20/8? This is 2.5. Okay, is it 2.5? Yes, 2.5 hours. So having these two pipes open and the drain open at the same time, the tank will be filled with water after 2.5 hours.